Welcome back, guys. Last time we left off, we talked to Woljif in the basement. We also did some leveling, and that's where we're going to jump in right now. Who are you? My name is Forn Autumn Hayes. I've come here from Kyonin because I am a hunter, and all minions of evil are my quarry. I won't say more than that, if you don't mind. We are strangers, and of different races and cultures. I'd rather not tell you more than necessary. Who wounded you? A sinner and accomplice to demons. The quarry I am hunting in this inhospitable place. Do you need help? Do not trouble yourself on my behalf. A local healer tended to me. Besides, I come from a resilient, hardy people. My body will endure both the wounds and the poison delivered through them. I might be able to help. Who is your query here in Mendev? I was hunting a fugitive, a Descarite by the name of Kalesa. It pains me to admit there are heinous malefactors such as her among my noble kind. I managed to catch up with her in Canabras, and I wounded her. Then demons appeared, and the city was engulfed in flames. I was injured in the battle that ensued, and I couldn't free her soul from its service to her dark masters. You're not a great hunter, it would seem. Hope things will turn out differently next time. I wish to aid your hunt. All right. Save, and let's go outside. Our first look at the outside world. Oh wait, no. I can't go yet. You dingus. I gotta talk to Erebeth. Now talk to her. Tiefling. Woljif is a petty thief from a gang of thieflings operating in Canabras. That's what we call them in these parts. They tried to rob a vendor of magical items recently. Unfortunately, we apprehended only one of them, and the rest managed to escape. We have nowhere else to keep him apart from the Defender's Heart, but that's hardly a prison. Woljif knows it too. He's been begging us for days to let him go free or have someone vouch for him. He's already asked you to put in a good word for him, hasn't he? If you want to recruit Woljif and put him to good use, go ahead and take him off our guard's hands. We can ill afford to let a soldier spend his days watching over a middling thief. I hope the tiefling proves useful, and should you decide to take him along. All right. Very cool. No, not outside. Take me to the basement. Go to the basement and get our new companion. Talk to the guard. Talk to Woljif.
Chief, what do you got for me?
Talk to Erebeth, and I've decided to make you part of my troop. We'll see how it goes.
You must be a smooth talker. Come on, Delvin. Get these bracelets of yours off me. I'm going free.
You're sure to regret this. This tiefling will fleece you for everything you've got. Mark my words.
You can try.
You're a bitter little man, Delvin. Petty and mean. You can't even be happy for me, can you? I pity you. I'll leave you alone with your sad little soul. So long. And now, Chief, straight down to business. You see, I'm one of those guys that people around here call thieflings. We just call ourselves the family. After we knocked over that shop and I got stuck here in the Defender's Heart, a little bird told me that big sister Charisme wanted to see me. That she had some questions to ask me. You following? Now, she won't be asking me questions like, Woljif, how'd you manage to get out of this one? Or, Woljif, you're so thin, didn't they feed you? No, something serious has gone down, and I just know they want to try to pin something on me. I can feel it in my tail. So, I knew right away that I couldn't go alone. You turned up just in time, Chief. You don't need to do anything when we get there. Just stand behind me and look mean, and I'll handle the rest. Somehow. Let's go, I'll show you the way.
All right. Very cool. Take your time. Take your time. Nice. Let's go upstairs. Probably
Tread lightly.
talk to him. Want to know more about you. How much is more? Are your family tieflings too? My family, it's an interesting story actually, but I don't tell it to just anyone. My father and mother had a bakery. Their life was great, but the gods never blessed them with any children. One day my mother went to the river to wash some clothes and saw a basket floating downstream. Inside the basket was a baby, adorable and chubby and fast asleep. It was yours truly. In my hand was a note spritzed with expensive perfume that said, "Take care of my little angel." My mother brought me home, and she and my father realized right away that I was heaven sent. They raised me as their own. When I turned 15, my mother showed me my baby blanket. It was embroidered with the coat of arms of an unknown kingdom, all in gold thread. Ever since then, I've been looking for my real parents. It's not easy. Traveling takes money. So if you have a few gold coins, I'll pay you back as soon as I find my real family. I give you my word. That doesn't sound very believable. Seriously? Usually everyone believes everything I say. People love stories like that. You know, a cute baby, a basket, a blanket. What's not to love? They look at me differently, as if I'm worth more just because the sheets I spit up on might have had a fancy coat of arms on them. If I was really a prince, I wouldn't have been sitting around here, I can tell you that much. I'd have already gone to take what was rightfully mine. Then I'd come back with an army so I could watch the guards and merchants who pushed me around all my life bow and scrape for me. But that's not going to happen. Want to hear my real story? The true story is boring. My family is human, both my father and mother. They used to live in a village nearby. I forget the name. But when my ma had me, my old man got so mad he almost killed her. Pinned her to the wall and started asking questions, like why his son had horns and a tail. Well, my ma told him that her mother and my grandmother used to fool around with a demon. When he heard this, Daddy Dearest got drunk, trashed the house, then took off. I don't remember any of this, of course. My grandma told me. I was about 3 years old when my mother brought me to Canabras and left me with my grandma. She said to her, You and your demon have ruined my life. Now you handle him." Then she left. I haven't seen her or my dad since. She did leave a blanket, though. That part was true. But my grandma burned it because it was infested with lice. It wasn't even good enough to use as a rag. You think, after all that, my grandmother saw the light, felt rightly ashamed, and kissed my horns? I wish. People used to give her trouble for fooling around with a demon. She wasn't welcome anywhere, so she got angry. Normal kids get bedtime stories, see? But the only tales I got told were how my dad was worthless, my ma was a slut, and how I was demon spawn that no one cared about. She only kept me so I could help her around the house and steal things she needed. So that's the truth. Tell me the real story of your family. I feel like we just covered that. Yep. How did you become a thiefling? I was already a tiefling, and life made me a thief. I've been in this business since I was a kid. My grandma used to say, "If you don't work, you don't eat," and she gave me as an apprentice to Yurger, a tiefling neighbor of ours. He was a cunning old geezer. He knew how to take a purse off somebody's belt, how to cut open bags undetected, even do some magic. I used to climb through basement windows and open doors from the inside while I was still small enough. And then I grew and stopped fitting through windows. I decided I was done with my education. I repaid my grandma for everything she'd done for me, which was absolutely nothing. Why would I feed her if she wasn't bringing me any money? If you don't work, you don't eat, so I took off. I got bored of my teacher too. But when I as much as hinted at leaving, he said I owed him for my education, so I just nodded, then joined the Owl Bears, the gang that ran our district, and told them that Yeager was working their territory. I don't know what happened to him, but I stayed with the Owl Bears. Then their leader started giving me the cold shoulder. I did steal for him, but never that much, so I had to rat them out to the town guards. Then I joined the Golden Hands, that was a good time. Rich pickings. I would have stayed with Golden Hands, but the Northmen promised me a bigger cut if I told them where the North Hands kept their loot. I'm no fool, of course, so I told them. After that, I had only one option: join the Northmen. Then the family came. At first, no one took them seriously, calling them thieflings and all that. But I felt it right away. They had power behind them. They had more money. I'm always on the winner's side, Chief. That's why I joined the thieflings. And right on time, some thugs came from the capital and made the Northmen leave. The ones who survived are in the family now, too. Tell me about the thieflings. All right, I'll tell you everything. Mind, but I can tell you a little. I can't tell you everything, but I'll tell you a little. The thieflings are a Mendevian thieves. The gang started in Mendev's capital by someone or other, and soon after they'd spread all over Galarian. They're also called the family. You know why? Because us tieflings are easy to spot. Wherever we go, guards always hassle us, asking, Are you lost or summoned, hornhead? We usually say we're visiting family, and they say, Oh yeah? Who? And we give them the name of a local thiefling, who confirms everything, even if he's never seen you before in his life. That's why we're all brothers and sisters. There are rules. Who does what? Who gets what cut? I won't say it's a lot, but they make it worth your while. They'll even heal you if you take an arrow. But the biggest no-no is this: you don't steal from the family. If you don't contribute to the shared pot, you'll get the cold shoulder. You won't be treated like family no more. And then everyone will hear that you went to visit some relatives who have a farm someplace. My best guess, the farm is some underground well beneath Canabras where they breed grave worms. Heh, if Sister Charismai, our boss, looked the other way more often, I'd really be able to sprout my wings. Nobody should live under constant threat of punishment. You should kill Charismai and take her place. Now there's an idea. Nice try, Chief, but I'm no killer. Never have been, and assassins are expensive. You know they bumped up prices last year? I asked a friend of mine why he charged so much, and he says to me, I've learned to see the true value of my work. I read in a book that whatever you think you're worth, that's what you'll earn. Can you believe it? I didn't even know the mug could read. So I can't just have Charismai taken care of. It's too much trouble, and no one will like it. People respect her, mean as she is. What do you think of Canabras? It used to be such a hole. Then the Crusaders and refugees came here, and things started looking up. Although it depends who you ask, I suppose. Which is better steer clear of here, because Iomede's followers are ferocious. Especially Halrin Shapuk, the local inquisitor. He's a tough old goat. I didn't see it myself, but a serving girl at the tavern told me that her second cousin's son from his third wife is a paladin, and she said he said that Halrin takes an unsheathed sword with him even to the privy, and when he sleeps, he puts it on the pillow next to him, and when he's in his cups, he strokes the blade and whispers sweetly to it, "You're my one true friend. You are the only one I can rely on." Irabeth's given us a hard time too. You as much as look at some nice little bauble, and before you can think of taking it, before your fingers even twitch, she's coming for you, with her nostrils flaring and her fangs glinting. Scary woman. But even she's better than Sister Charismai, our boss in Canabras. By our, I mean the thieflings. boss. If you get caught by Erebeth, it's all out in the open. You go to prison, or you end up as worm food. But if you step on Charismai's toes, poof, you're gone, just like that. No one ever sees you again. All you hear is, he went to the family farm, even though he's never had a family or a farm. You have demon blood in you. Do you feel drawn to the abyss? Why? Are you an inquisitor or something? What's it to you? If I've wronged you somehow, just come out and say it. Don't ask me trick questions. I know how it happens. I used to know a fella. He was married to the sister of a guard. Some shady types got him drunk one night and started asking him suspicious questions about gods, about the queen. So he wakes up hungover with a headache. Someone's mumbling something. It smells like smoke, and his feet are kind of hot. He looks down, and there's a fire under him, and the prelate is reading out his sentence. Your shadow looks strange. What kind of magic is that? Ladies and gentlemen, roll up, roll up. No dark magic, no fraud. A trick without any deception. Ta-da! It doesn't do anything, it just looks scary. I remember when I was little, an old beggar showed me and my friends how to make shadow puppets. You put your fingers in front of a light and it makes the shadow of a deer or a dog or a dove on the wall. I tried so hard, I wanted to make the best shadow, and I did. It just happened. Funnily enough, that's the last time I had any real friends. They tried to stone me later, screaming at me, calling me a demon. A tiefling is always a demon to these wimps. Even the lowest ranking drunken gnome thinks he's better than me, just because he hasn't got horns or a tail. The poorest beggar in the filthiest gutter thinks he's better than me. Most people would never show their shadow again after the first time. But I don't care. If stones start flying again, I'll just run. I'm used to it by now. It's not the strangest thing I've ever seen. Oh, well, and here I was thinking I'd impress you. Thanks for not dragging me in front of the paladins, at least. They already know me. I've been brought to them before. I remember the paladins all standing around trying to look inside me for traces of evil. They couldn't find any, so they let me go. Enough. I want to ask about something else. I have to go. Let's talk later. All right.
I'm gone.
And I think I'm going to have to end it there. This, unfortunately, we didn't get to head out, but we did make some more progress. Actually, let's take a look at this guy. Met him. He is level 3. Eldritch Scoundrel. I wonder if I had met him before I was level 3, if he would also be lower level. I can respec him like I did the other ones, and I may do that in the future. So with that, I will see you guys another time.